You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Moore versus Butler.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Moore, you say there is only one reason the defendant, Mr. Butler, has doubts he fathered your 1-year-old daughter, and that's because of his manipulating wife.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Butler, you argue you've been told on multiple occasions by the plaintiff herself that you are not her child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You state that Ms. Moore has fabricated paternity claims in an effort to win you back. Ms. Moore, has Mr. Butler been involved in your child's life in any way?
If you're talking about diapers and wipes, that's it. That's not a father to me at all, period.
Only diapers and wipes?
That's it.
All right, so look, let's talk about why we're here. Mr. Butler, you obviously have doubts.
Yes, Your Honor.
What are those doubts?
She told me I'm not the baby daddy.
So she told you that?
One time was because he was harassing me, him and his so-called quote-unquote wife.
So you admit, Ms. Moore, you told him you're not the child's father?
One time.
What happened? How did that conversation happen?
It's happened because she told me I'm not the dad. She told me I'm not the father.
Why would she tell you that?
The baby don't even look like me.
Now, your wife is jumping out of her chair. I guess she knows the story better than you do. Which
She always
most
got something
wives
to say.
do, huh?
She always got something to say.
Come on in here. Miss Harrison, it is. Your husband says he was told by Ms. Moore he was not the father of the child.
Your Honor, on numerous times.
One time.
Numerous times.
One time.
That's a lie.
Harassment.
Really, harassment?
Harassment.
I ain't never
You
harassed
and your
you a day.
so-called husband.
Whatever.
That part.
Your Honor, I
That
was
part.
getting my hair
That
done.
part.
I was getting my hair done at one particular time when she was on the phone. He had her on speaker, and she told him, "You're not the dad. You don't have to do nothing for this baby."
Harassment. You're
Yeah,
right.
you heard it
You're
yourself.
right.
I heard it
Firsthand.
myself. Not only
She
that,
did hear
these
it.
texts right here.
She
Your Honor.
did hear
What is
it.
it? Jerome, will you pass me that evidence, please?
She said her and her husband does a good job of taking
Fiance,
care.
and he do.
No,
and he do.
That's a text
and he
that
do.
was sent
and he do.
to me.
He has been a much better father than Quincy.
So,
Trust that.
this evidence that's been presented says, from Miss Carter, my husband do a good job keeping me and his baby
Exactly,
good.
because he stepped up. He stepped up, and my daughter is going to call him dad. He stepped up. Quincy's not around. Quincy never been around.
So,
He never been around.
Miss Harrison, you're saying this evidence, this text proves you believe it's her husband's child?
I believe, personally, Your Honor, it doesn't. To me, I believe that the conception dates are all wrong, because how can you tell somebody they pregnant in December, but you have the baby in July?
Excuse me, correction. I was 7.5 weeks, December 11th.
Okay, but you would not have had your baby. You would have not have had your baby.
But did I
in
have
July.
sex with you?
No.
Did I have sex with you?
No, you
You're
didn't.
not a man. You're not a man. You're not a man. I
You
had
had
sex
sex
with
with
you.
him,
And you
but
not
I've been
damn well
messing
that's
with
your
him for
baby,
almost
period,
2
point
years.
blank. Do
Ladies.
you believe it? You married it. You tell me.
Miss Moore, Miss Harrison. It's classic, right, Jerome? It's always two women going at it over some silent, nothing to say man.
Back and forth.
But it wouldn't even be
Now
me and her going at it.
listen. What we're gonna do here today is get down to the bottom. We're gonna figure out how we got
Please do.
here.
Thank you.
We're gonna
Please
get the
do.
truth, and we're gonna figure out where we go
Thank
from
you.
here.
Thank you.
But what we aren't gonna do as ladies is degrade ourselves, act a fool up in here,
All she gotta
and
do
we're
is
not
leave
gonna
it
be
alone.
disrespectful and use disrespectful language, all right? I want to understand your story. So listen, let's now talk about why we have the doubt, because that's why we're here. Ms. Harrison, you say the conception dates don't add up. Now, please explain to the court why you believe that's true.
Because if you told him in December that you were pregnant, your baby would have been born in September, because my daughter's September 22nd.
And so,
She needs to learn her math. Go back to school.
and
That's
so
what
hold
you
on,
need to
Ms.
do.
Moore.
Go back
Ms.
to
Moore,
school.
Really?
Moore, explain to me, why is she wrong?
Because when I got pregnant, I had left. Quincy was doing so much cheating. I found his last 2 babies and my baby and his last baby is 2 weeks apart. I found that out. I found that out on his cell phone, and I found it out because he had his last girlfriend's EBT card. The baby looked just like Quincy. Now, if she can't do the math, that's her problem. She needs to sit down. December 11th, the doctor told me I was 7.5 weeks.
So that means November.
November then?
And the baby was born
July.
July?
July 26th.
26th.
I had 2 dates, July 26th or August 5th. I had an emergency C-section on July 26th. Was Quincy anywhere to be around?
No.
No.
You didn't tell me.
When he came with bags. When Quincy always come with bags. That's just like the beginning of this month. Quincy came with bags.
When you say he came with bags, what does that mean?
When Quincy come with bags, he thinks he's about to stay. He's a leech. He is a leech. And his so-called wife told me that over the phone. It's always, if I call Quincy, it's always her. Her.
Because I'm his wife and it's 111.
But that doesn't make sense though. I'm his baby mother and I have to talk to him, not you. I didn't make no baby with you.
It don't matter.
And
He's married to me. And the money comes from me.
Okay,
So at the end of the
for
day,
child support then? Since he on SSI, can I get you for child support then?
whatever you want to do, baby,
Exactly,
go for
and
it.
I'm finna do it.
Okay,
and
go
I'm finna
for
do
it.
it. And I need that.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. When you first found out you were pregnant, Miss Moore,
Correct.
did you tell Mr. Butler? Did he
No.
accept
No,
the
no.
fact?
No, I didn't tell him.
You didn't?
My mother told
Mother
him.
told me.
Okay,
Not her. Her
I want
mother
to talk
did.
to your mother.
I
Ma'am,
said
please
that.
stand. Please state your name for the court.
Katrina Gutter.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, you told Mr. Butler that your daughter was pregnant.
I called him and I said, you know, my daughter is pregnant. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, she's pregnant. And he says, well, I'm gonna be there for her. I'm gonna take care of her. I'm gonna take care of the baby. All of a sudden,
No, Your Honor.
there is no Quincy in sight no more.
Mr. Butler, do you remember having this conversation with
No, I
Miss?
didn't. No,
You
I
never
don't.
did?
No.
So, what facts, evidence, knowledge do you have that Ms. Moore was sleeping with anybody else but you at the time?
Another dude. That's all I can say.
Who is the other guy?
Another dude.
While me and Mr. Butler was in the midst of our relationship,
I wish somebody would get to the answer to my question.
one of his friends called him and told him that that she had
They
another
have
man.
no evidence.
All right. So
My
once
daughter
this
don't
friend
cheat.
told you she was sleeping with somebody else, you thought what? This baby might not be mine?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Moore, let me ask you something. You say the birth was very difficult. Tell me what happened that day.
When I went into labor, I started having labor pains on the 25th. On the 26th, my blood pressure went sky high. When my blood pressure went sky high, my doctor came in and told me that my baby's heart rate was going down. So as it was going down, she was getting less oxygen. So they had to get her out. And when they got her out, I did not see my baby. I went to an emergency C-section. When I got out of recovery for 45 minutes, I touched my baby and signed my baby off to Pomona Valley Hospital, which is the city that he stays in. He's right. I did not tell him where my baby was. I know how mental he is. And I feel like I don't want that around my child. So when you go see her, I want to be there with you. When I got out the hospital, I called Mr. Butler. He do not answer his phone. I call him again. He do not answer his phone. I'm not finna keep on calling you. I'm not finna keep calling you. That's what I'm not about
Your
to
Honor,
do.
that's a lie, Your Honor. She ain't never called me.
Yes, she
She
did.
ain't never called me and told me that my daughter was at Pomona Valley
My
Hospital.
daughter now.
She never told me that, Your Honor. So at the end of the day, I don't know who baby it is.
The reason there's another doubt is this picture.
Jerome, will you pass me that evidence, please?
Oh, that's me and my fiance. Like I told you,
Okay.
he stepped up.
This is the
He
same
stepped
man
up.
that
Went
she's
to every
been-
doctor's
Yes.
appointment.
That looks just like
Went to
him.
every doctor. No, you a lie on that
They
one.
do just
My
alike.
fiance is
no.
way finer than him, so
And
knock
then,
that off.
Not only that, Your Honor, the other reason is the baby doesn't carry his last name. Doesn't carry the last name. She's never shown him the birth certificate.
So your concern is that there may be another man listed on the birth certificate
No.
because you've never seen
I
it.
have evidence right here.
I never seen that birth certificate the day of my life.
Right
I
here.
asked her about it.
Here you go.
Day of my life, I never.
Jerome,
This is the birth
hand me that.
certificate. It's me and me only. I was the only one there besides my mother. If she could have been listed, I would have listed her as the father.
Yes, no father listed.
My daughter has
Name of
my last
father,
name.
blank. After Zamara is here, at some point you do reconnect.
Yes, after he made a hospital visit, after my baby had left, then yes, when she turned 2 months, because there was so many doctor's appointments, including while I was pregnant, I was seeing 3 doctors at the same time. And he knows that. He knows that.
I
So
don't know
after
nothing about that, Your Honor.
You were
Nothing.
there at 1 or 2 of them?
Nothing. Nothing.
You was
I
there.
never went to none of them doctor's appointments.
Wow.
None of them.
Wow.
You've never been to a doctor's appointment?
Probably one of them. That's about it. That's about it. One of them, Your Honor. One of them. All the rest, I never went to none of them.
You wasn't around. You choose not to be around. That's your baby. I don't see why you don't see it.
She do not look like her.
Okay. Okay. Well, you don't have to step up. I'm already here. Don't even worry about that.
So, at the point you do reconnect him with the child,
I go to his auntie house, who he was living with at the time in Pomona. I go over there. I take my baby to see him when my baby is 2 months. They taking pictures. This my last dime. This my last baby. I want to be with you. Taking her downstairs to see his friends. His auntie say, well, the baby look just like you. This is the first auntie that said my baby looked just like him. Recently, he sent his other auntie, which is his mama's sister, to Victorville as a DNA test. I don't know how, she didn't swab or nothing. I guess it's just eye vision. She come up there and say, well, I gotta tell you this, taking pictures of my baby and all of that. I gotta tell you this, your daughter looks more like Mr. Butler than any of his other kids.
now,
Tell the truth for
this
one time.
other gentleman that I saw in the evidence you submitted, this is the man you believe is Samara's father?
Might be.
I wish so, Your Honor. I pray to God and I wish that I would have messed with my fiance around the time I got pregnant. I wish. He has stepped up in so many ways that Quincy have never been. That never
'Cause they
been.
keep me
so
away
as far
from that.
as far
Keep me away
as
from
my
that
daughter calling my fiance dad, I'm going to grant it.
How we keep you away? You was
I'm
just
going to
at the
grant it.
house 2 weeks ago.
So he was supposed to be there to live.
The single point I'm trying to understand is it true that you decided you'd maybe go and stay at Ms. Moore's house with Zamara? Were you gonna go over there?
Tell the truth. You're on dog.
Yeah.
So you did. And you thought, and was it because you felt like this was your daughter?
Yes, I did.
You did. Okay. So it's almost like you've got 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yes, I do.
That's because it's being tugged on.
I'm playing tug of war, and I'm tired of playing tug of war. If it's come back to be my daughter, I want to see my daughter today, because probably when I leave here, I'm not going to never see her.
And what is it? You feel like Ms. Moore wanted to be with you, and since that didn't work out, Zamara's her way of getting back at you?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Yes, ma'am. I've been in tug of war because I felt like she's using up Mike Zamora as a pawn tool to get back with me, because truthfully, she's unfit, and she's she using me as a bait tool. Like she's wanting my money, all type of stuff, Your Honor.
So you feel like she's trying to use you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, look, we're in court. I have to be honest. This conversation you're having right now, is this something you truly independently feel?
Yes,
or are
ma'am.
these things that you talk about with your wife? Because you're in a difficult position. You may have a baby with one woman and you're married to another woman, and they obviously don't get along.
They ain't gonna never get along.
So, are these things that you feel like, is your wife kind of egging these thoughts on, or are these your independent thoughts?
My own thoughts.
So now my last question is, if these thoughts are true, when you get into an altercation with your wife, why do you run to Miss Moore's house?
I do get in an altercation with my wife, and I runs over here to see if this is my baby or not. A year and a half, it's been a tug of war with this baby.
All right. Well, I think there's only one way to get to the results.
Please.
Is to have the envelope.
Get it over and done with.
Thank you, Jerome. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Moore v. Butler, when it comes to 1-year-old Zamara Moore, and as to whether her biological father is Mr. Butler, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Butler,
Yes, ma'am.
you are her father. Now, look at her.
Do what you gotta do.
I'm done.
Do what you gotta do.
Thank you. You completed everything today.
You're very welcome, sir.
You feel better?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Now you can start being a dad.
When she was born on down, this is yours.
Thank you for coming back in, Miss Moore. I know it's emotional. How do you feel?
I'm just irritated. I'm irritated because I know for a fact that Quincy didn't want this DNA test done. She did.
Listen, I'm gonna run it down. I'm gonna drop it like a dime. You can pick it up if you want to. I'm just being honest. Miss Moore, this is a life lesson for you. Mr. Butler, you have a beautiful, beautiful little girl. I want you to sit down with Miss Moore and start figuring out how to let the past be the past. Thank goodness you've got Miss Gutter here. Loves the baby, but also can help you all if you need it. If you need time to talk, she can take Zamara so you all can talk by yourselves and get this together, okay? I wish you all the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.